Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never solicit from you for private readings. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those, the information about that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. So, Scorpio, it is about to downpour outside, and I wanted to get this reading in before it became completely dark. I mean, it's pretty dark right now, so but you know, it just feels like maybe that's what the Scorpio energy is right now, kind of lightning bolty tower energy. And I don't know why I'm talking about it in like a sexy vibe kind of way, but maybe you're looking to shake up the system. I don't know, we'll find out. We're using the Abstract Futures for your tarot deck, gifted to me by a very special friend, and for your oracle, The Deep, Dark, and Dangerous by Stacey DeMarco. So, Scorpio, let's see what the overall energy is for your reading today. I hope you all are doing well. Well, look at that. Minotaur. It's so interesting, these cards. The word is Minotaur, or the mythical creature, but the word that describes it is compassion, number 17, which relates to the star card in the major arcana of the tarot. So the Minotaur is kind of a complex creature. Half man, half beast, obviously. I'm not sure what's going on over here. This kind of maiden in the background, and you know, there's kind of redness in the eyes, and I think, if I'm seeing this correctly, she's got like a knife in her hand, and there's a lot of action going on around here. So it's almost as if like the way her head is hanging down, it's kind of like she's hanging her head almost shamefully, almost as if she's asking for forgiveness from this character here, like somehow she wounded this Minotaur. So right off the bat, it's kind of like who you think would be the innocent one is not actually the innocent one. Does that make sense? That you would think half man, half beast, like they would be the unruly dark one, but in fact it may be this person here in disguise. And then the kind of infinite, well, it's not infinite, but you know what I mean, it's kind of like the hallway that goes back, and we don't really know where this door is leading, or if she came out of that door. So it's kind of like portal energy, that maybe, you know, this could also represent the two sides of how you're feeling right now, that you behaved in a way that, you know, it's not saying that you should feel ashamed of something, it's just, you know, general reading, but it's the idea that maybe you behaved in a way that you surprised yourself, and so you're looking to kind of forgive yourself of something. So take it as it resonates. It's a very at the very least, putting the two words star and compassion together always seems like a beautiful thing, to heal and to show compassion, whether to yourself or to others. That's always a really good thing. So that's the overall energy of the reading. So I'm going to pull so there are all these cards in the deck, and I shuffled it, and I never pick, they flip out. And the very first card was the star in reverse. Some crazy things happen during Scorpio readings for me. Beautiful synchronicities happen during Scorpio readings, I've noticed. Especially, you know, we do get the star in reverse, so healing needs to be look at that. You see the two characters? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. It is in reverse. Let me pull the other 7 cards. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier. I might pull more if I feel like I should. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. The Tower card, didn't I say? I love, you know, I just got home from work. I'm tired. It's hot as blazes outside. It's hot as Hades. And I was like, I don't know if I have the energy to do this reading. And then Spirit shows me why. Spirit shows me, no, there's a message. There's a message. There's a message. Okay. Oh, wow. So you got 1 extra card at the end. You got 2 cards at the end. So let's talk about it. In your past energy, right? The Star in reverse and the 3 of Pentacles. So I just want to point this out. The Star in the upright. We're talking about healing and compassion. Number 17. Number 17. See? So these 2 characters here, what a beautiful, tremendous synchronicity. Thank you, Spirit. Tremendous synchronicity right off the bat. This kind of voided energy here. Reminds me of like ancient pyramids, of course. I mean, maybe other people don't read it that way, but this is how I read it. And a distance between, it's like a chasm between the 2 of you, or the 2 sides of who you are. So when we get this Star card in reverse, Aquarius energy, it's almost like we're still looking for our healing. We're still looking for our wish fulfillment. We're still, it's like there's a block in front of that healing. And it may have something to do with the 3 of Pentacles, which is the card of co-creation. So I see, whenever I look, I've gotten the 3 of Pentacles several times, and whenever I look at this card, I kind of feel like there's just a lot of mechanical sounds, kind of like this. Beep, boop, 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 beep. I'm very playful. I don't know what it is about Scorpio energy, but I feel so, I'm grateful for Scorpios because I feel very playful in your energy, which you wouldn't think, because Scorpios are really deep, dark, and dangerous, right? No, they're playful. So I just feel a lot of beep, boop, 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 beep, like a lot of like calculations and trying to figure things out, trying to negotiate things and handle things, and things coming in from all directions. Transmitting, it's like a transmitting waves of energy going up, 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 or coming down, being broadcast, something being broadcast. And the 3 of Pentacles usually talks about co-creation with Spirit. So you, Spirit, and another party, the object of your desire, manifestation. So it's almost like saying here that, let's see if we can look at this, these 2 triangles kind of representing each other. So it's almost like this wants to slot in the space between here. It just almost wants to slot right into place. So it's almost like, wait, in order for this healing to occur, there has to be a sense of collaboration. It took me a very long time to get to that moment, but there has to be, it's like everybody on board, everybody in agreement with something. And in the past energy, there was a disconnect between that maybe we couldn't come to the negotiating table, and maybe words were said that somebody regrets. Or maybe you treated somebody in a way that you regret, or you treated yourself in a way that you may be regretting. I actually want to pull a card on it, see what can clarify. Why is the Star in reverse, Spirit? Why is the Star in reverse? Page of Cups in reverse. So perhaps you were waiting for some kind of gesture, right? Page of Cups can talk Why am I stuttering? There's something to it. It can talk about an apology. Perhaps when somebody was trying to give you that apology, they couldn't say it. It's like their words came out all wrong. And because they couldn't find the right words to say I'm sorry. Now that Chicago song is in my heart. In my head, it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to. And after all that's been said and done, you're just a part of me I can't let go. Those are the lyrics. That's a great song. I think I have to listen to it. Chicago. So somebody wanting to make something up to you, but they didn't have the strength, the backbone to offer the cup. You know, this beautiful cup, I see it as, you know, overflowing with love. They weren't able to offer it. Maybe that was you. Take it as it resonates. So here we are in a stuck position. Can you forgive somebody that wasn't brave enough to say I'm sorry? You know, that's up to you. I think you're trying, because in the present energy, here you have the Tower. I was talking about that with all the lightning that was going on outside. You know, I rushed home because I was afraid of the rain. It hasn't even rained yet. The Tower is a card that represents Scorpio energy as well as Aries, which is very similar to this energy of the Ram. Tower usually talks about something being built on an unstable foundation and it has to fall. It's like you knew something, there was like red flags everywhere and you knew something was doomed to fail. You know, that's the idea of the Tower. And so because you weren't quick enough, or both parties just couldn't manage to figure it out, but they weren't willing to let it go either, Spirit has to come in with a Tower energy and like knock everybody on their butt and just say, hey, look, whatever it is that all of you are up to, it's not for your best and highest good. It's not serving anybody. You're going around and around and around and around. We need to change that energy. So with the Tower in reverse and the present energy, it's almost like I feel like you are trying your best to save it. Clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. Like almost as if you're showing me you have enough for the both of you. You have enough compassion for the both of you. Now, that is a really, this is what Spirit wants to say. That's like a dangerous place to be, especially if you're an empath. I have enough love for the both of us. Like, that may be true, but that's not fair. I'm going to get another card. What is this Tower, Spirit? What is this Tower? The Devil. This is a lot of major arcana, like heavy hitter major arcana, number 15. The Devil. So, Capricorn energy. Again, Capricorn energy. Very similar. Because Capricorn's like a half something and a half something, right? So, is it a Minotaur? I don't know. Like, Capricorn always confuses me as to what it is. I'm sorry, Capricorns out there. Devil energy is being codependent, having addictive tendencies, negative self-talk, kind of cycles repeating, being trapped and bound. Maybe this is somebody, like you both are connected. Feels a little twin flamey, but I'm not going that far. But it's just kind of like you're both, it feels a little toxic. And somebody here is trying to save something. and saying, I have enough love for all of this. I can just blight all of this out. We don't have to let it go. We don't have to give up. But let's look at this Devil card, because obviously these are all very abstract. So I almost see this as like, okay, this is a very, very dorky reference, so bear with me. There's an episode. I like science fiction, okay? Like, I like period pieces, dramas, and all blah, blah, blah. But I really like science fiction. And there's an episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation. And there's this, you know, benevolent entity called Q. And he puts Picard and whomever, he puts humanity on trial for their crimes against the universe, for just existing because we're so awful, or whatever it is, right? It's actually a really good episode. I'm reducing it, but that was a brilliant show. Sorry, I think I've had too much coffee, and so but you know what, Scorpios? I feel so much love with Scorpios, so I'm just gonna go with it. Q, this benevolent being, put humanity on trial. The jurors were made up of, like, it was a ragtag. It was a mock trial, you know, it was a mockery, rather. And Picard had to stand up and treat it seriously, like, I'm defending the entire breadth of humanity. And I have to sit here and, like, be judged by a group of misfits and whatever, right? So I see this, it's this devil energy is judgment, right? This ragtag group of people that, like, don't understand your situation with your counterpart, your beloved. Is this the other half of you? You know, is it, you know, a toxic situation? Right, and I see this here as this kind of like elevator, and it's kind of like what you're trying to ascend to. It's almost like these weird shapes look like an upside down staircase, but because it's upside down, it's like you can't climb it. It's an impossible thing to reach from where you are, because you're so deep into it. And what keeps you trapped and bound is that idea of judgment. Okay, this could just be for a single human out there, but it's almost like I see a scenario of somebody being in a toxic relationship, but there's a lot at stake. Like, I don't know if it's like you're married or you moved in together, and then, you know, if the idea, it's almost like the idea of you guys breaking up would be inconvenient. Like, but both of our names are on the lease, or my parents really like him. How am I going to tell everybody? Or vice versa. Something like situation like that where you're like locked in, and it just is like the idea of like, oh, maybe we're engaged and I just can't stand her anymore and I want to get out of it, but what are my parents going to say, right? So that's just like probably for like one person out there, and you just feeling, you know, maybe I can push through it. Queen of Pentacles talks about she's a court character a court card who is really abundant, beautiful, and very giving. Has enough to give to everyone. Has strength too. But it's difficult to let this collapse, this tower. You want the tower to be in the upright. It may seem like you don't, but ultimately it's for our best and highest good. It might hurt in the short term or the longer term, but in the long term, do you want to be stuck with somebody you're not supposed to be with, and you know that you're not supposed to be with them? That's just an example. Take it as it resonates. Could be describing a job. You know, a job that just like, you know, needs to end. And it's just like you're very disconnected, you know. Now I'm seeing the word compassion. It's just like, have compassion for your confusion. It's okay that you don't know what all the answers are. Probably why you're watching this tarot reading. It's okay for you to not have all the answers, but how can we help ourselves? We can like quiet the mind space to be able to receive the insight. Whether you believe it's from God or spirit or the universe or from your own inner core, you first have to quiet yourself to be able to hear. Right? In the future energy, you have the 5 of Swords. 5s are difficult. 5 of Swords is like winning at all costs, but it's clarified by another queen, the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is Cancer energy. So it's like really loving and compassionate. The compassionate is always the word I use with the Queen of Cups. Forgiving. Right? So in the future energy, I see this forgiveness. I do see this compassion energy. You're going to need it because this energy is winning at all costs. See this? These 2 circles here? It's like, you know, kind of turned this way, become these 2 circles here. These 2 individuals. There could be a lot of he said, she said, etc. Take it as it resonates. There could be a lot of like infighting. I need to be right. I am right. I'm right. You did this. And I'm seeing compassion kind of, it's almost like there's a lot happening in this picture. Here's that judgment energy again, right? Kind of like this. A little less now. But it's almost like taking a different shape. This just feels like expectation. Ultimately, we can't make somebody do what we want them to do. So we can only show love to ourselves and do what we must do. You know, there's like a little bit of, you know, you don't want to overgive. Because I see this possibility here of you overgiving. That feels kind of dangerous for you. Like it's not fair. Give me, Spirit, please, clarifier. You have a lot. Spirit is heavily involved in this energy. You have another major arcana. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana so far. The Hanged Man in reverse. The Hanged Man energy talks about, in the upright, it talks about someone who chooses to step way back from a situation because they're like they're too close. And so they're too close, so they can't see the big picture. Hangman likes to see the big picture. It's a voluntary act. You're putting yourself up in the tree of knowledge so you can like, right? Quiet the thoughts. Swords are all about thoughts. All about the thoughts. So it's like quieting the mind to be able to hear, to be able to see clearly, have illumination and clarity. But you got the Hangman in reverse. It's almost like Spirit is saying, because this is clarifying all these cards, Spirit is asking you, because you're not doing it right now, you're too close. Spirit is saying, you're too close. You're too close to the situation. There's all of this stuff. How are you making heads or tails of it? Like, what's going on back here? We got these up here. These seem like they're spinning. This seems like it's going down. I don't even know. You know what it reminds me of? It's like a clear glass elevator, and you're just passing all of the floors, and each floor has like something different happening on it, but you're going down so fast that you can't make heads or tails of like which floor you're supposed to get off on. So Spirit is asking you to please step away, just for a temporary step away. to get some clarity on this, because devil energy is no joke. It's no joke. What is their advice in the advice column? You have another 5. That's 2 5s. That's stuck energy, right? But this one is in reverse. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups in the upright would suggest that you need a change of perspective. And Spirit is saying, get that perspective and then do something with it. With the Emperor card, another major arcana representing Aries, clarified by the King of Swords in reverse. So King of Swords and Emperor are pretty powerful divine masculine energies. My ears starting to ring slightly here. So it's almost like your spirit guides are coming in, maybe my spirit guides. Spirit, what would you like me to say about it? So here's that elevator theme I see again. You know, it's kind of like going up, going down, going up, going down. So this card in reverse, for the advice from Spirit, it's like your heart is moving in 2 different directions at once. And you need to have a kind of mastery over the self. The Emperor is all about control. And so is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is Gemini energy, sometimes Aquarius. Uses total rationality to make decisions. They are not like water signs like you and I. They do not, it's not that they don't have feelings, it's just that they don't use their feelings first. You know, as a Cancer, I would just be like, I don't feel like that's right. A Gemini might say, okay, well, let's look at our options and make an educated decision on that. So here, again, I see you being of 2 minds. I see you being of 2 minds, and Spirit is saying you have to become into alignment with yourself, right? Alignment with yourself. Just like over here from your past energy, right? Alignment with yourself. To look at all the facts, you're not seeing everything very clearly. Maybe because there's a lot of feelings happening. There's a lot of, you know, what about our stability that we've built? What about our history? What about love? What about friendship? What about passion, creativity that we've already invested in this situation? What about all that? However you identify your energy to be in right now, you have to, Spirit is saying, not asking, you can do what you want, but they're saying, look, it's time to buckle down and be in divine masculine energy. Take charge energy. Your life, you can only live your life. You can't live anybody else's. And you have enough strength and power to do this. Now, I'm not saying like, you know, I can't tell you what to do. You do what you do what you want. But what I do know is that we can show compassion for others and still not have them back in our lives. I'm almost seeing a situation where you're trying to, just take this, it's just an example, but it's like you're trying to break up with somebody, but like they don't have a job right now, so they don't have money to move out, and like they're helping you out, like they're doing housework, they're trying to find a job, they've proven that, you know, they're trying to work on themselves, but like they're broke, and you're supporting the both of you right now, right? You're supporting the both of you right now, and it's kind of like you want to break it off with them, but you would really leave them in a lurch. And it's, you don't hate them, you're trying to show them compassion, right? So I love how all the loudest cars decide to drive by when I'm doing a reading. Don't they know? I feel like in such wacky energy right now, Scorpio, so I apologize for it, but yeah. So I'm going to just actually pull one more card to just see what your last piece of advice is from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Man, Ace of Wands. Spirit's they're trying so hard to bring you a brand new beginning. But you got it in reverse. You're not ready yet. It's okay. Take the time that you need, but I do suggest that you I think the biggest takeaway from this is probably these two major arcana, the Devil and the Hangman in reverse. Spirit is asking you to really just get some perspective. See, remember when I was saying like this portal, it's just kind of like, it's like recessing back. It's almost like taking yourself way back and I'm just gonna stand over here for right now and look at this situation with a very clear set of eyes. So I think I've rambled on enough, Scorpio. If that resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and hit the bell notification if you would like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you so much.